The news comes roughly 2 months after the CDC relaxed its recommendations for some indoor mask wearing, but as the Delta variant adds new complications to the COVID-19 pandemic. The CDC recommends fully vaccinated people wear masks in public, indoor settings to help prevent the spread of the Delta variant and protect others, CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said Tuesday. This includes schools. CDC recommends that everyone in schools wear a mask indoors, including teachers, staff, students, and latest breaking news today. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, in USA announced changes to its guidance on masks, calling on vaccinated people to wear them indoors in certain situations, including in all schools. The news comes roughly 2 months after the CDC relaxed its recommendations for some indoor mask wearing, but as the Delta variant adds new complications to the COVID-19 pandemic. The CDC recommends fully vaccinated people wear masks in public, indoor settings to help prevent the spread of the Delta variant and protect others, CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said Tuesday. This includes schools. CDC recommends that everyone in schools wear a mask indoors, including teachers, staff, students, and visitors, regardless of vaccination status. Children should return to full-time, in-person learning in the fall with proper prevention strategies in place. She added the CDC is recommending that community leaders encourage vaccination and universal masking to prevent further outbreaks in areas of substantial and high transmission. COVID-19 continues to present many challenges and has exacted a tremendous toll on our nation, she said. We continue to follow the science closely and update guidance should the science shift again. We must take every step we can to stop the Delta variant and end this pandemic.
South Korea on Wednesday reported 1,896 new COVID-19 cases for Tuesday, its highest ever daily increase, as the country struggles to subdue a fourth wave of outbreaks fanned by the more contagious Delta variant of the coronavirus. The daily tally broke a previous record set on July 22 as infections are spreading beyond the capital Seoul and its neighboring regions where the toughest social distancing rules are in place. There were 1,823 domestically transmitted cases on Tuesday, and 33.5%, or 611, of them were from areas outside the capital regions, according to the Korea Disease Control and Prevention Agency. This is the first time the number of cases outside the Seoul metropolitan region has exceeded the 600 mark since the first COVID-19 wave emerged from a church in the southeastern city of Daegu. Tighter social distancing curbs took effect across most of the country on Tuesday and will last for 2 weeks. Those areas will be under Level 3 curbs on a 4-level scale, which will mean a 10 p.m. dining curfew and ban on gatherings of more than 4 people. The tighter curbs were enacted to prevent.
In a statement issued yesterday, the low-cost carrier said Air Asia Malaysia carried 64% higher number of passengers year-on-year on 54% higher capacity, resulting in a 4 percentage point increase to a healthy load factor of 64%. This is despite Air Asia Malaysia's operations remaining constrained quarter-on-quarter due to a lockdown and interstate travel restrictions imposed from January this year. Meanwhile, Air Asia Philippines posted a 2% increase in number of passengers carried and 4 percentage points increase in load factor to reach 78%. However, it said the monthly breakdown showed that load factor was as high as 83% in June 2021, driven by active capacity management. Although Air Asia Indonesia's number of passengers showed a mere 1% dip, its load factor grew by 11 percentage points to 67% in Q2 due to more stringent capacity management. Air Asia Indonesia was operating approximately 70% of pre-pandemic domestic capacity in May 2021 and demonstrated strong signs of recovery before it had to enter hibernation mode in early July in support of the containment efforts by the government as infection cases increased, said Air Asia. On the other hand, Air Asia Thailand more than doubled the number of passengers carried year-on-year and reported a 9 percentage point increase in load factor to 61% in Q2 2021. Driven by higher demand during the Songkran festival in April 2021 and low base effect in the corresponding period last year. However, Air Asia Thailand's recovery was short-lived due to the new wave of COVID-19 that started in mid-April this year. Moving forward, Air Asia remains committed to strengthen its domestic foothold while awaiting positive developments on international air travel.
An explosion in a chemical park in Germany led to the death of one person and has injured at least 16 people, the site operator said. The blast happened around 9:40 a.m. local time, 0740 GMT, on Tuesday, Chempark operator Current reported. The reason behind the blast is still unknown. Firefighters, search and rescue crews, and police officers were rushed to the scene of the blast immediately. In addition to this, pollution detection experts were also called to assess if the smoke coming from the blast site could pose a deadly effect on locals of the area. As soon as the blast happened, authorities urged locals to stay indoors as thick black smoke started rising in the area. Locals were also asked to keep emergency numbers free as much as possible to make sure those in need are able to reach out to the authorities. Out of the 16, 2 injured people are reported to be in serious condition and 4 others have been reported missing by local authorities. The incident took place at Chempark's landfill and waste incineration area in Leverkusen's Buerik district. Authorities have assured that all resources are being used to ensure rescue efforts continue at full speed. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson urged citizens to remain cautious as daily coronavirus cases fell for the 7th day in a row. The Johnson government had lifted coronavirus restrictions on July 19 as data showed the virus had fallen 50% over the past week from 46,558 to 23,511 on Tuesday. Johnson urged people to get vaccinated and to limit contacts to combat the virus as UK's death toll rose to 129,303 with 131 people dying in the last 28 days, which was the highest since March. Hospitalizations have increased steadily, rising to 5,918 with COVID-19 cases rising earlier this month. Experts had earlier warned COVID-19 cases would reach 100,000 a day in the days after Mins. Thompson claimed the Capitol riot was the most violent attack since the British assailed the U.S. legislature in 1814. On the first day of the hearing, the lawmakers will be hearing first-hand accounts of the Capitol police officers who were attacked mercilessly by the rioters, while hoping to find leaders such as Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence. 4 police officers, including Michael Fanone, who was stun-gunned and brutally beaten by protesters, are scheduled to testify at the hearing today. One of the officers described this attack like a medieval battle and claimed he feared he would die. The hearing chair said it is very clear that the Capitol attack was coordinated to derail the peaceful transfer of power. The attack took place on the same day when the certification process of Joe Biden's November presidential election victory was taking place in the Capitol building.
The U.S. State Department warned citizens against traveling to Spain, Portugal, Cyprus and Kyrgyzstan amid rise in Delta variant cases. The U.S. administration has restricted travel for citizens belonging to the European Union, Britain and China, and added other countries where the virus cases have increased.